in sport mode now, and we'll do a little 0-60. So we got everything set up. Are you ready? We're at 60 already, and that was it. So I think about 2.5 seconds is about right what Porsche is saying. And this thing is a rocket. Holds the road around the corner real well. And as we go around this corner here again, let's see. Whoa, look at that. Oh boy.
We drift, what do they call it? Drifted out here.
Yeah, there you go. And that's how you drive Porsche Taycan Turbo S.
Wow, this is tight. It feels good.
Yeah, it's very tight. A little loose on the back end there. The 760 horsepower would do to you.
Very loose.
And it just pulls. That's almost 100 miles per hour. Before you know it. 100% electric car. So, first impressions, driving this vehicle, it seems like that you're just warping. You're not really driving. You like walk from one spot to another spot.
Right.
It's just so quick on the acceleration. And normally, as a driver, you kind of prepare to be able to pull away, but it's really just push you in the back seat.
Right.
You really feel the G-force from the acceleration. And Sport and Sport Plus, you really want to drive that on the track.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you're taking all the 760 horsepower and you can actually really use it. Right? Everyday driving, and it has even an economy mode, right? A range mode that you can have max range, right? So in case you're running out of power and you want to make sure that you can get to the distance that you want to get to.
Right.
It has that, where you can extend it. It, slows down the performance, obviously, right? It's not as lively, but you're driving down on regular streets in Dallas Fort Worth, and it's a very comfortable car. Steering wheel, really nice materials. Feels very comfortable to the touch. Everything that you touch, you can see that it is premium materials on this vehicle, and it should be for the price of the vehicle, which is this is over a $200,000 car, right? This is their premier electric vehicle to compete, with Tesla. And, Tesla is half the price of this car.
Right.
Right? So, Porsche has to be able to convince the shopper to be able to take that jump from a Tesla to a Porsche. But, and it is a different kind of customer too, right?
Right.
Overall, first impressions, very, very comfortable. So far, I think it could be a really a comfortable daily driver. I think it's
Is it worth the $250 price tag? Yeah, you feel like it?
it's hard to tell right away. You've driving it for a few minutes, and so far, it's a very nice car. There's nothing else like this in the market.
Right.
So it's hard to compare it to.
Right.
At that price point.
Right.
You've got other electric vehicles, right? The Teslas that, are 120, 130,000. I think this is the most expensive gasless vehicle available in the market today. I don't think there is anything else out there that has a $200,000 price tag that's fully electric.
I don't know.
That seats 4 people, that has 4 doors, right?
Right.
I think this is the only option that you have today. I think today that the Tesla is just as good.
Right.
It's a good car. It drives well. I think it's a little dated in the way it looks, right? I think performance-wise, it's probably parallel to the Porsche, right? The way it looks, I just think that the Taycan actually looks a little bit better, right? And you're paying for the name as well, right? It is a Porsche,
right?
At the end of the day, you're paying for the German engineering, right? You're paying for the Porsche name. You're paying for the heritage,
right?
And this is, as we've talked before, that this is the premier 4-door electric car today. And it brings a smile to your face. It's almost, that it's like being in a electric go-kart that you just have that instant power, right? So overall, so far, it's really very good. I know it has some autonomous driving capabilities. We'll test that a little later as we learn a little bit more about the vehicle and the settings and how to get it there. But so far, I mean, I think it's just a pleasantly driving vehicle. I think that there's no engine noise, obviously, right? I don't know if we have all the windows closed, but you hear a little bit of the road noise because there isn't any engine noise actually, right? I don't really hear the tires too bad. I think they've done a good job insulating all the sound out of it, right? But overall, and you hear a little bit more of the road noise just because you're not hearing your own engine, right? You don't hear the motor. It does have a little bit of a hum to it though, as you accelerate, right? Like now, I'm not going over 70 because it's in range mode, so it will cap me at 70 miles per hour. I've got my foot down, and it normally slows me down at 70 to keep that range, to keep that extended range, right? But it has a little hum to it, so you can kind of hear the electric motor. But overall, it's going to take time to get used to because I'm a motorhead, right? I like that loud engine noise behind me, right? When you accelerate, like you get those exhaust notes on a Ferrari or in a McLaren or in a Lamborghini. You just don't have that here, right? But you still have that power, and ample power, more power than you'll ever need in any vehicle. It's actually overkill, to be honest with you. Nobody really needs this much power, It's just so you can say I have it. You don't really need it. This is not something that, for daily purposes that I need 760 horsepower and I can do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and do a quarter mile in the 10s. It doesn't make sense, especially for a 4-door car. But we live in an excessive world. We want excessive things. We want to be different. So for those reasons, I think this vehicle will do well. Try and get over. Hello, this is Nick. Good, buddy. What's going on? Yeah, I've got to get back to you about Vegas right now. I'll call you back. Well, today I think that a couple of things, right? You got to look at, first of all, can you afford a high-end car? Right? Don't buy something you can't afford. Right? As simple as that. Right? If you have the means and you're into vehicles, I think you probably get a good deal today. There's a lot of low interest rates out there right now if you're not paying cash for a vehicle. So you probably get a really good deal. But overall, just buy what you can afford. At the end of the day, you want to buy something you're comfortable with. It's not going to burn a hole in your pocket, right? And you don't really have to have a high-end car. It's not something that you really have to have. I mean, if you like cars, you can buy one. But the main thing, if you can afford one, right? There's always ways to get into a high-end car, not to have it, on a daily drive. There's places that you can even lease cars for or rent cars for, a day or two. Just get an idea what they feel like. I know that Enterprise has an exotic division you can rent out there, and they have quite a few cars that that are high-end, anywhere from Porsches to Mercedes to even Lamborghinis in some certain locations. But overall, there's plenty of places that you can go out and drive these cars. But yeah, if you can afford one, get one.